Yeah, you go to school, work on it. Yeah, of course.
Things change.
Yeah, because it's all its leverage and stuff, you know? We got a tournament.
They'll be on the other side.
Thank you for being here. It is great to be in Butte, America. Well, I brought some friends with me. And I just want to say first, thank you for being here. We've had warm receptions wherever we've gone across the state, and I didn't think it'd be any different here at Butte. But I'm joined today by Chris Cox, Executive Director of the NRA. And also, of course, Don Trump Jr. Also with us, Charlie Kirk, Turning Point USA. I'll give Charlie a short shout out. He's organized conservative voters on over 1,500 college campuses all across the United States. Also, I can't do introductions. without introducing my lovely wife, Susan. Who's here. Susan and I were just married 29 years this past weekend. And you know, we raised our 4 kids in Bozeman, and she's always been at my side, and I love her. Thank you. Can I tell you a story? So, this race has had a lot of attention. And I got a call from an East Coast reporter a couple of weeks ago, and they said, Mr. Gianforte, I have a question for you. I said, well, what's that? They said, well, you've been talking about the Second Amendment. And I want to know, and they almost couldn't say it, do you own a gun? And if you do, how many do you have? And I gave them the answer I give everybody that asks that question. I said the right answer to how many guns is always just one more. And they said, but I'm writing this story and I need to put a number down. How many is it? I said, well, it's a couple dozen anyway, but don't put that in your article. I'm still shopping. Well, the stakes in this race could not be any higher. And it's underway. Ballots are out. How many people have voted already? Great. Now we need all your friends, too. So here's the question. Are we going to send someone to Washington, D.C. that's going to be your voice and work with President Trump? Or somebody who's going to fall lockstep behind Nancy Pelosi? So, that's a joke. I believe that we need secure borders. And we need to enforce the rule of law. My opponent is calling to make all of Montana a sanctuary state where we protect illegal immigrants. I also believe, how many veterans do we have in the audience tonight? Just show of hands. Thank you for your service. The freedoms we enjoy are because of your sacrifice, and we can never fully repay that debt. But I know, in this troubled world, if we have to send our military in harm's way, they need all the resources to go get the job done and come home safely. I will support a strong military. Yeah. And let me clear something up. You're never going to get higher taxes from me. You're not going to get higher income taxes, and you're not going to get a sales tax. What's really amazing, though, is my opponent said a 90% income tax rate for individuals is a brilliant idea. Can you imagine working until the 3rd week of November until you get to keep any of your own hard-earned money?
No way.
I think if we leave it in your pockets, you'll know how to spend it, and we'll have a stronger economy. We need lower taxes. And I'm so pleased to have the endorsement of the NRA and that Chris can be with us here today. I will always defend our Second Amendment rights. My opponent has an F rating from the NRA, and he said we ought to take our cars down to DMV, register them, and then register our guns. That's not a Montana value. Do you know what he is? He's Nancy Pelosi with a cowboy hat. And we will always keep our precious public lands in public hands. And we'll work to increase access for sportsmen and pull these chains off these gates so we can get back at our land.
Thank you.
What an encouragement it is to have you all here today. I'm running so that you have a strong voice back in Washington, D.C. Our way of life is precious, and we need to stand up to the special interests that have taken over and prevented it from working for us. I'm not afraid of a tough fight.
Nope.
We'll go after it and get it done. We're going to go back there and help drain the swamp. And as we found, the swamp has teeth. And it fights back. It's still the right thing to do. Our founding fathers never envisioned career politicians. That's why we need term limits back in Washington, D.C.